So when I was in college in my early 20s, I really liked the Beach Boys album Pet Sounds. While everybody was listening to Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift, I was listening to 60s music. And I remember I was thinking I was advanced and sophisticated, and I wanted to think I was like Brian Wilson. I wanted to think I was cool like Brian Wilson. And I went inside the Pet Sounds booklet. And I noticed in the booklet there was, it must have taken place during the holiday time. And he was drinking eggnog, and, they were eating Fritos and having hot dogs. So to be cool like Brian Wilson, I want to eat corn chips and, eat hot dogs and drink eggnog. Because, he wrote Pet Sounds. He wrote the Smile Sessions. Brian Wilson is a musical genius. It kind of goes to show you, it's kind of like when you see Sabrina Carpenter, a modern pop star, and you see her drinking coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, and you say to yourself, I want to be cool like Sabrina Carpenter. I want to drink my coffee. Does anybody see what I create, like any of my social media content? And does anybody want to be like Andrew? Does anybody want to emulate me? Somebody says, no, Andrew, nobody thinks you're cool like Brian Wilson or Sabrina Carpenter. Nobody wants to emulate or impersonate you. Everything you do is an example of what not to do. So nobody thinks you're cool. Nobody wants to emulate you. If they see you drinking a Starbucks coffee, nobody wants to drink Starbucks. If they see you, eating corn chips like Brian, nobody wants to buy Fritos. Andrew, nobody's impressed by you. Nobody thinks you're cool, and anything you advertise is an example of what not to eat, what not to drink, and what not to do. Nobody wants to impersonate you, Andrew. So, I'm like, oh, why can't people think I'm cool like Brian Wilson? Why can't people think I'm cool?